Everyone, hope everybody's doing good. I'm a little tired. It's been a really busy Saturday. So, been busy getting swarms, making splits, everything else in beekeeping. And a lot of honey coming in. I got just my yeah, yeah, just this a little bit. That's that's fine. So Pennsylvania, Dennis, Kimberly, Feathers, Flowers, and Mike. Football's going good, and then the rest of the people are out there. So I'll let a few people jump on before we really get going. We've had some warm, really warm weather, 70s and 80s, lows 60s. Like this morning it was 66. Tomorrow's supposed to be 66. Making calm too. All right, Dennis. I'm not sure what corn probably. They're not planting here yet. Not until usually May. Yeah, I'll talk about the swarms here in a few minutes. There's only 7 people on right now. I actually had one fly in today. I'll tell you about. I didn't send out the video yet. I took it in 3 pieces, so I want to piece them together. But I had to do this instead. And I've been clearing my first floor out since hi bee collector Rick. Silver's going up slowly. So is gold. There you go. I'm starting to store some honey. The bees are. I've picked up a couple boxes doing all these splits and all that, and they said, "Oh, they got a little bit of weight to them." Hey, Ravenshire Farms. So I'm doing good. A little, like I said, a little sore, a little worn out. But next Monday it's supposed to be 30. Well, I've seen 34 and seen 37. April 13th, swarm catch in Lorraine. Yeah, Saturday I caught 2 swarms, and one flew in today, and a friend of mine where I have one of my swarm traps says there's yesterday called me and said there's bees coming in and out. But he didn't think the swarm was there yet, but he might have missed it. So um yeah, there's 11 people watching now. I'll start saying so Saturday I got a call. Actually a friend told me about it. He's up in he's up in I guess Dayton, between here and Dayton. And told me about one in Blue Ash where I used to work. And actually, it was within walking distance to where I used to work. And it was a big swarm. It wasn't huge, but it was a big swarm. It was about 7, 8 frames of bees, so a good sized swarm. Hey Keith, hope everything's going good. My record is 2, going to beat that, I think. Hey Joe. So I went and got this 7, 8 frame swarm, and today I went and looked at it, and the queen is jet black, completely black queen. First time I've seen a queen that was 100% black. So I'm guessing it has to have a lot of Russian traits in it. So I'm going to keep that swarm. I was going to give that swarm away to a friend of mine, but I'm keeping that one because I like dark queens, and I never had a jet black queen. She was kind of hard to find. She blended into the black comb really, really well, and the dark comb. I was in the frames from the swarm trap. German black bee genetics. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I'm gonna get a picture of next time I go in the hive, but I don't know when that'll be. I'm gonna be putting a super on it probably in about a week, just because there's a decent swarm. I'll give it. It'll be a few weeks for her new young are hatching. And then when I was on my way to Blue Ash, which is a 30-minute drive, I got a call from a lady where bees just went in her house, and she wanted way to go there, which I haven't been there yet. I've been too busy. And then also on that same drive, a friend of mine called me and said there's a swarm on the west side of Cincinnati, which is about a 15-minute drive in downtown Cincinnati. And I said, I'm on my way getting the swarm. So her husband, Mike, went and got that swarm. She runs Save Your Bees, and she's got like a network that people call when they got swarms, and then she's got people like me and other people throughout the whole greater Cincinnati area to get swarms that's in their area. And she knows downtown's just a 15-minute drive for me, even though I live like out in the country, but I got the little piece of happiness. No plastic in my hives. I got plastic foundation, but I don't mind that. I don't put chemicals in my hives besides plastic because there's too much in the plants. So then, like I said, my friend called me and that has some, I think there's a swarm. Well, then my brother called me. He goes, I think there's two swarms in your traps. I put three traps at my brother's farm. So after I got them with blue ash, got them into a box, and I drove to my brother's farm, which is an hour drive out in Indiana, southeast Indiana. And it was just one swarm. It was another good 8 frame swarm again. So I came home then Sunday night around 10 o'clock. It was a full day, two swarms that day, one from a phone call and one from in my blue trap. I didn't get a video of it. I should have. I didn't think of that. And then today I was going, I was in the backyard right behind my barn, standing there about 11 o'clock, just doing a few little things. I was actually putting queens, just got finished putting virgin queens in some splits, which I'll talk about in a minute. And swarm flew right over my head. So right behind me, behind my barn, right through there, and landed in a tree right. Let me get my finger to work. This one, right, that branch right there, up in the corner, right there, that landed in that tree. And that was just about a 4 to 5 frame swarm, so an average size swarm. So that's 3 swarms now, and I probably have a fourth one at my friend's house in their backyard. I just haven't gotten it yet. He didn't text me today. Might drive there tomorrow. But back on April 2nd, I grafted 30 cells and got 17 out of my cell builder. Well, one of them had they started putting comb over it. It was a dud. I thought it was a dud when I looked at it originally. So 16 cells I got, and 4 of them were dud. So I got 12 queens out. So that covered my. I got 8 nukes, 8 more nukes with new queens in it. So that gave me 4 buffers in case one or two don't get mated. Um, here in the next week. So I've got those 8 nukes all ready to go. I'm just waiting for the queens to get mated and get laid. They're going to probably get picked up either May 2nd or May 9th, but I'm thinking more May 9th. Let her lay for almost 2 weeks, a week and a half to 2 weeks versus less than a week. Some will be some came out yesterday, and the rest of them came out this last night and this morning. All 12 of them. So they were a day earlier than I was thinking. So I've been doing basically 12 splits and selling now 16 nukes so far this year. I think I'll probably do one more round of nukes. I got to graft one more time again, but I don't want to strip my bees down too much anymore for the honey flow. So I might be done with nukes. But so far, the four behind me, the three of them are in Demery. I haven't taken anything from them. And the 10 hives over in the other property, I took 2 to 3 frames of brood out of those. So basically 30%. So it didn't hurt those too much. And the queen. So I did delay them about 2 weeks. But the bee numbers should be pretty good still. And then I had two more hives on another property, and I just I split I made those my nukes out of them, and made one split with them. So I knocked them down pretty good. So I won't be getting much honey from them. Maybe one hive I will, but the other one was a split from last late season summer solstice split, and it's just now getting pretty big, medium size, and that now brand new split. So I still should get some pretty good honey, especially out of the three Demery and the 10 other hives on the other property. So 8 of those queens I took, 2 of them I left. So those my two biggest hives. I didn't take the queen from them. I just took some brood from them. So been really busy. Port swarm. So I've gotten 3 swarms so far, probably 4. I just haven't got picked it up yet. And then, of course, my mother-in-law's, she probably will be going to hospice um, this week or so. There's texts about the family right now. So, and starting Monday, they're going to start working on our first floor, ripping all the floor out, ripping all the kitchen out. Well, most of the kitchen. One wall we're replacing the cabinets. The rest of them we're painting. And we're going to paint all the cabinets. So the new cabinets will come in. They're going to be unfinished cabinets, and a new countertop, and then the whole first floor painted, except for the 3 bedrooms. I already got wood floors that I put in the bedrooms, and so that all starts on Monday. So I've been clearing, all the stuff out of the kitchen, all the stuff out of everything basically. And tomorrow, my two of my 3 sons are coming over. I don't know about all 3 of them. My oldest, my youngest will be coming over, and we'll be taking the couches downstairs, the refrigerator out to the barn. I mean, out to the garage, the dining room table and the kitchen table out to the barn, and the TV and TV stand downstairs. And golden honey we trust. Yes. Does anybody have a good number for Tree City Bee Company? Oh, you shoot. I can probably look that up. I mean, that's just about an hour and a half drive um, northwest of me, heading up towards Indianapolis area. Maybe just an hour drive. Tree City builders, which are Amish, and these probably Amish people too. They're the ones that built my barn. So, yeah, basically it's an hour drive just in Indiana. So I don't have their number because they got. I've heard they got some pretty good VHS queens. Okay, so you did get some queens from them. I think they've been pretty busy because they're the only local, semi-local people in the greater Cincinnati, Indiana, Ohio area. 4 pull line queens. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if they got them from Georgia State because they're the ones that came up with those pull line VHS queens. And when Bob Beanie did that test with oh, I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head. Those queens that came from Georgia Tech, Pauline VHS queens did the best, being no mic treatment needed. Hey, Chris, I remember that video. That was a very good two part video. You guys want to learn about how different bees are and genetics against mites? That was a really good test. And surprisingly, the West Coast ones from out west didn't it did fair. Didn't do near as good as some of the other VHS queens. Hi, Russell. But those polling VHS queens from Georgia Tech um, came out all zeros. I think one of them had one. If they found one mite through the whole season, so that's pretty good mite resistance. All right, Ravenshire, that'd be cool. Yeah. I have I got Corey Stevens. I got a guy that's out in Indiana. He doesn't. He was one of the first ones to do VHS queens, but that was like 6, 7 years ago. And I got some from Jason Briggs out in West Virginia, and now I get these Amish swarms. I got one now this year so far from my brother's farm. Came from the same farmer, same Amish guy, and now I got this swarm that I caught that's jet black, black as can be. So I'm I'm pretty sure that's why I want to keep that queen. She's got good. She's got a brood frame too. That's already filled out. One of those green frames. So I'm going to try to get some of her drones. Hey Todd, man, I was on yours the other day and I fell asleep. And this week might be the same way because I've been busy. But all my queens are done right now. I'll try graft again, and I'm just debating if I want to graft again till the summer solstice ones. Just because I don't want to cut down on my honey production any more than I've had. Now, if I catch enough swarms, I might because I could use the bees from the swarm to make splits. In fact, I got 4 hives, complete hives set up, 2 double deeps on a new apiary that I set up this spring, well, this late winter, I should say, and I baited them as swarm traps, and I haven't been there to check them. I want to take a ride there tomorrow to check them, so I might have swarms there too. But I have these are actually in Cincinnati, so um, I don't know. They're in the Cincinnati. They're on the west side of Cincinnati in the corporation limits. So I don't know if I got any swarms in those four. And I got four swarm traps over in Bob's farm out in Indiana, and I haven't been by there either. So I might have more swarms. I just don't know about it yet. But any swarms out in Indiana will stay there. I'll just bring a hive out there to put them in a hive. Um, I got three hives out of the four traps ready, already wax boiled, dipped. I got a fourth one. It's an 8 frame, but I want to save that. I want to sell that versus using it. So that's what's been going on in my place. Hey, Randy. Hope everything's good. There's five nukes. There's four nukes I bought last year. Yeah, there's four. They're still doing really well. Still didn't have to do any treatment on them or anything. I grafted off of one of them again this year. So 16 I hit last year. I grafted off an army swarm from my brother from the year before that I didn't touch. And then I did the VHS one, hive number 16. And this year I did hive number 13, which is the other thir- 13, 14, 15, and 16 are the four Corey Stevens, Chris Warner queens. And they are, and the the daughters I got this time look like Italians with a black, the half, one third the back tail of the queen is black, so it's got a little bit of that carny in it. Yeah, Dennis. Well, you're down south, so I might be done splitting too. Now it's just a matter of getting them all with mated queens. So my first priority is getting the next 8 nukes. They all got splits with virgin queens in them, and see how many of those don't get mated. I should be 90%. I mean, maybe all of them. I got them all separated pretty good, so the queens shouldn't go in get mixed up. They all got three frames of bees, 4 frames of bees in them. So they got plenty of bee power for those. So they should be in good shape. That's what's going on. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm 8 for 8. I should be. I mean, you never know. There aren't many predators right now because none of them there aren't no babies yet. They're just eggs or little ones. They're not eaten yet. So if anybody wants to hop on, that'd be great. I do think next I'm going to do the demery one more week, and then I'm going to shut it down and put them back down into regular hives. I I walk right behind those hives, my barn, to get out to my other hives behind me, and that's one thing I didn't think of. Those bees in that top box of the queenless, they're a little bit more testy. So I've been stung a couple times just walking behind them back and forth the barn. So I'll have to do the other hives next year, the demery, the ones that I won't be walking by it, 5 or 6, 10 times every day. Well, you did get lucky, right? Raven Shower. I got rid of them. I used to have a little garden pond. It was 17 foot in diameter and 4.5 feet deep, and I got rid of it. And since I put in my top field up here, used to get dragonflies flying on it a lot. But now since I got some plants in it and I got the trees in it, I don't get near as many dragonflies as I used to have dozens of them. And last year I think I saw three dragonflies. So that helps a lot. Well, got those numbers down. I've killed four yellow jackets, female um, yellow jackets so far. Killed the last one. I killed one yesterday. Actually, it was buzzing by me, so I smacked it with my hand and got her. I guess I was still quick enough that I got her right in the middle of the air with my hand swat. Killed five here. All right, so you got me beat, Rick. I got three. They should. I was kind of surprised to see it because by now they're pretty much done. They're already on their way. But actually, I liked my tea this. Well, actually, I got it this morning. Well, I drank my tea behind those hives on a little bench I got behind it, and it seemed like we're going after my tea. So I put a trap out, but I didn't. I don't think I got any queens on it. Next year, I think I'll trap it with some tea because she kept trying to get in my tea glass. They had tea in it, so I guess they like tea. So maybe I'll do a tea instead of doing water. I'll put tea in and then some honey and some meat. Change the recipe up a little bit. Put a little bit of Coke or Sprite in, whatever I got around. I don't have much soda around the house. My wife and I don't drink it. I have one every once in a while, and that's about it. Hey, Clay. Hope everything's going good with you. I think I said Joe. I don't think I missed that one earlier. So, and then I built that bald face hornet box that's right up in the tree, right over that way, right over here in the tree. And I shouldn't get any bald face hornets. And with all the wind so far, I got it wedged between two branches in the oak tree. So it hasn't fallen out yet. Something just fell in this room. Oh, some pictures. I didn't even know I had them underneath me. Hold on a minute. Oh yeah, that's right. I put them there, moving stuff out of the out of the first floor into our room. I must have kicked it with my foot. Well, that's all I got going on new. If anybody got any questions, you got any subjects, what else you want to talk about? Walnut bag, okay. I just used a 2-gallon plastic bag, one of those Ziploc bags. I had some scrap um, foam pads. And I just filled it up with foam and then I painted it a darkish gray color or medium gray. And I threw some dirt on my. I swept up my floor and I had dirt piles, so I threw it in the paint and painted over it, so it would make it kind of bumpy and all that. And it worked out pretty good. And then I painted a little black hole down at the bottom of it for an entrance. Hey, hello, Kathy, Keith from Connecticut. Okay, so you were just starting spring. It's probably starting to get a little warm up there. Storms too. A lot of storms running through the Great Lakes and northern Ohio as we speak. More form family texts. So hopefully the yellow jackets won't be so bad this fall. I don't have any nests to kill in my yard. Had a big one last year, and once I got rid of them, man, it knocked the yellow jackets down by 70%. around the hives. So now, any more swarms I catch will go to my new apiary in Cincinnati, and every all my hives are full here at my house, and all the hives are over apiary number. Well, actually, I'll take them to my apiary number two, the one in Hooven, Ohio. It's west of me, right, just a mile from the Indiana border. Um, I still got two empty hives there, so the next two swarms will go there. A 10 frame and an 8 frame. So next two swarms there, and then the next swarms after that will go to the new apiary if they didn't catch a swarm yet. Hey, Dodd. Dodd is in the house. So that's my. So probably here in another week, I'll have all my hives at Hooven, all my hives here. The only thing I don't have here is my 6/6 for the. But I really don't need to have queens in them hives in them. I do have four hives out of the 12, and then 8 o'clock, grandfather clock's going off. Looks like it's a minute behind. So, so I do have four queens in there. Not too bad. Hey, Russell Koopman, got both Russells in the house. Yeah, well, I've read um, from scientists that they say yes, they are viable, 100% viable. So yeah, that's why they do a laying worker. That's the last chance of the hive contributing to the bee population. Laying worker. So now I gotta go back. I'll give all these virgin queens 2 weeks and maybe 3 weeks. 2 weeks I'll check them, and the ones that I didn't see the queen, I'll give them one more week. All right, another question. Whoops. How do you bank queens? Now, if it's a mated queen, I'll just go into one of my hives and put a queen excluder on there. And, I already got a couple medium supers on there. So on top of the supers, I'll just lay a queen excluder and then put the queens right on top of, in their cage, right on top of that queen excluder. And the bees will come up there and keep them fed. Some of the nurse bees. I just put them on top of, queen excluder, separate them on top of a queen right hive. They'll feed them. Now, virgin queens, you can't do that on a virgin queen. They'll try to kill the queen. But you can put them in a queenless hive and do a similar thing. Just put a queen excluder up above them and feed them. But I wouldn't recommend baking them more than a week. Well, not even a week. I wouldn't do no more than 4 days because they typically fly and their mating flight's 4 to 6 days. So I wouldn't want to delay that too much. I know a lot of people hold them for 1 week, 6, 7 days, which you can do. It's holding up. Did six more splits today. Well, Clay, you've been busy. Yeah, I've done 12 splits. with the 12 queens I got. Eight of them for nukes and four of them for backup. Yeah, I that's a real good question, Russell. I've never done that, but I don't see any reason why you couldn't because they don't have a queen. I'd put a queen excluder and put them on top of a demaree. Yeah, because that's a queenless hive. You can put the virgins up there. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. They would feed the queen. Yeah, that's one thing you could use a demaree for. Store your virgin queens. You could probably even put your mated queens up there. They just wouldn't make any queen cells. They'd think they had a queen. But then they'd be bringing in pollen and everything. So that probably wouldn't be too good of an idea. They'd be bringing, well, there wouldn't be any. Yeah, I think that's a good question, Coop. And I think the answer is yes. So I'm going to tear mine down. I'm going to go one more week and then tear the demery down and just combine them back together. I'll take all this. I'll Wednesday. I'll move. I'll do the demery one more time, and after that, um, I'll destroy the cells and then not move any more frames up. So it'll still be a lot bigger hive doing that. So I'll do it for basically 1 month. And that'll be probably good enough because if I do it just to the end of this month, it'll be, and I make sure that there's only one, she's got 9 frames to lay, 9 frames to lay up in 3 weeks. By the third week of May, swarm season's over. So if I go through April and she won't have that bottom box laid up by the third week. She'll have 7 frames of it laid up at the most. And then they're hatching out and swarm season's over. So that's my game plan. I'll go one more week, and then the following week I'll combine them. So that should get me to the yeah, that'll get me to the 29th of March, April, I mean. And then by the time you go to 6, it'll be the 20th. Yeah, and that's about the end of the season. I think last year my last swarm was right around well, it was actually a nice swarm for my hive. My VHS hive swarmed on the 14th, and I didn't get it. That was the last swarm. I had 2 swarms, the 10th and the 14th. My VHS queens, those nukes I got, and those were my last 2 swarms last year. So I didn't get any phone calls in the middle of May last year. So I'll just do the demery one more time this following next Wednesday, then the following Wednesday on the 28th, 29th ish, 30th, combine them. Maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll go instead of me taking them 7 days. Maybe I'll wait 10 days or 11 days and cut those cells because it'll be day 13 around that time approximately, and then combine them. So that's what I'll do. Those will be backup emergency queens. Yeah, Clay's been busy. I've been busy. I was surprised I didn't get any phone calls for a swarm, but one came to my property. I know who they. There's a beekeeper just at the bottom of the hill, right down below me, right over there, and he runs 3 hives. He got them from Paul, and then Paul just over the next hill, big hill. about three-quarters of a mile away has 12 hives. So it came from one of those two beekeepers. Well, Paul and his friend that has his queens. So it's the same queens. And Paul and I are friends. And so one of it probably came from one of Paul's 12. What is for me, my lowest vintage Morgan? I have 1903 and where is it? It's right around 1900. I forget. I haven't looked at it in a long time. And I'm not sure if it's an S or P or Philadelphia. Oh no. I got one, but not that old, not 1888. I got some boxes getting a little bit ahead with some weight on. I got one on my hive number. When I do the demo read, one box is half to two-thirds full. The the white one right there is almost full. Not none of it was capped yet. At least it wasn't last week when I pulled it, doing the demo pulling it off the line. That's another reason why I want to stop. I don't want to be picking up these heavy boxes continuously. So I don't think I'm going to do the demery anymore. Um, I'll just do what I call frame management, moving two frames or three frames down about every 3 weeks, moving three frames from the bottom deep box, putting them in the top deep box, and then putting comb back down for the queen to lay in. As long as I can just keep her with three frames to lay in, and it takes 3 to 4 days, so that'll give me basically 2 weeks. I put honey frames in there, so that makes the queen's bees really busy moving all the honey out of off those frames so she can lay in it. Yeah, collector Rick. Wild cherry trees are blooming in my place. They're blooming right now, big time. I got 9 wild cherry trees in my yard. I used to have dozens and dozens of them, but most of them are right where I built my house, and I had to cut them all down. But I got a bunch of little ones coming up. Yeah, wild cherry honey is not the best honey, but it all adds into the flavor of the honey. And there's no way you can just get where I live. There's just too much stuff blooming. All the Asian honeysuckles blooming now, just started blooming, while cherry trees are blooming. I actually saw a couple clovers already starting to bloom, and dandelions are still blooming. Yep, it feeds the bees. Black locust is they're starting to leaf out, so they'll be blooming probably in about 2 weeks. And that's a big, hopefully it doesn't rain too much. That's a big one for us. Wine and mead. I might make some wine like mead this year. In fact, I might do a 50-50. Some grapes and mead, mix them together. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. So maybe put some raspberry or blackberries in there. And Well, you should. You warmer than us. Well, our trees are already blooming, but we've gotten southern weather big time the last 3 weeks. It's been 70s and 80s. Today it got up to 83. Tomorrow it's supposed to go up to 84. Uh, Thursday a little cool front's coming through, but it's still going to be like 75, and then the next day 80 degrees. But then Saturday a cold front. Saturday to Sunday, a cold front's coming through, and Monday morning it's going to be like 37 to 36 degrees just for one day. And then the next day it's low 40s, then up in the 50s and 60s for the lows. So that'll be our last close call of getting a frost or a freeze. This always happens the late second to third week of April will be the last ditch of the north cold weather. But it's not cold, it's just one morning. Monday morning will be cold. That's it. It's supposed to go up to 62, 63 degrees on Monday, 70 on Tuesday. I have no idea about the autumn olive. We only got a few people have them in their landscaping or front yards of that tree. And there's actually a dozen of them just up on the main road where I live. So I get a little bit of that, but they're just a landscaping tree or bush kind of tree. Yeah, clay. If you got a really good queen, a good queen won't allow them to plug up the brood nest. Now, when I got a small hive, that will happen. But if it's a good medium to big hive, they keep those frames open for the queen to lay in. They're supposed to, at least this time of year. Maybe in the fall or after summer solstice that'll start happening. I won't keep a queen if that happens. I'll pinch her, replace her. Yeah, the black locust tree is very light and sweet too. Similar and very almost just off white, clear to off white or whitish color. Very clear honey. Yeah, see, Russell, yeah, I'm far enough south, just lucky enough that we're supposed to hit just the upper 30s. Like I've seen 34 and seen 36, I've seen 37. So hopefully it's 36, 37 and not 34. I wouldn't think it would be 34. It's the ground's too warm right now, and all the tree, even the oak trees are starting. Actually, the smart oak trees are blooming right now, but that's an airborne pollination. The oak trees and the white oak trees dropped all its leaves finally, and when that happens, we usually don't get a freeze anymore or frost. Well, that's all what's going on so far. I haven't pressed my neighbor for buying any property yet. Housing's too. I'm waiting for the housing to double the crack, go down. Then I'll talk to him about if he wants to sell, especially as it's going down. Yeah, you're too close to Ian. Yeah, you're up there north, that's for sure. Yeah, but you're probably just a few weeks away, Russell. And man, well, maybe this weekend we might get some storms, but knock on wood or whatever superstition you are, we haven't had any tornadoes or any bad storms yet. We've had them just a little west of us. Yeah, I hope you're about done too, Russell. So right now, let me see, I got 4, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got 14 on my property. I got 12 on another property. That's 26. I got 3 on another property. That makes 29. So I got right now I'm at 29 hives. Oh, plus 3 smaller ones. So 32, 33 hives right now. And I have 10 nukes in my yard that still need to be pick up probably on May 9th. Well, 8 nukes on May 9th. 2 nukes are getting picked up this Friday because he was out of town last Saturday for pickup for so I gotta close them up Thursday night so he can pick them up Friday morning. So they've been flying the last since Saturday since he couldn't pick them up. Couldn't keep them closed up that long. So those are overwintered queens. His two. These are the last two to be picked up of my overwintered nukes that I sold. I could have sold a few more. Could have sold 4 more, but I didn't want to sell all my queens. And 5 queenless queens. Wow. Yeah, and you can't graft yet. I don't have any. Hi, Harp by Victoria. Where are you from? What part of the country? You need, we'll need another one if we don't catch a swarm. Yeah, Russell, that is an ouch. Oh yeah, okay. I didn't know. Okay, gotcha. Oh, that yeah. I didn't catch all that. Oh, glad to see you on here, Victoria. I didn't catch that last part with your name. Hey, yeah, you got a nuke from me. And some old deep boxes and some lids and bottom boards that I gave to you. Hey, George. I know where Victoria's from, not too far from me, but in Kentucky. So everything's been good. Did you put the box up, Victoria, from swarm trap? Because it's swarm season right now. I had one fly in my yard today, and I got 2 calls on Saturday. So that swarm I went and got when you were packing up your trailer, um, it had a jet black queen and about 7 or 8 frames of bees. You should be good to go then. Hopefully you catch a swarm soon. I live in more farms, Larmer Farms, farms. Wow, Russell. Wow. All those, yeah. Or you had a cold spell. Live with me is awesome. Um, I'm pretty sure there's some beekeepers by you. I went down south of you. I can't think the name of the town. Um, Cayman Reynolds was there. This was like 5 or 6 years ago. There's a bee club. It was down Route 9, probably another 20-minute drive. It wasn't that long because it's only a 45-minute drive. So 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes on Route 9 south. And there was all kinds of beekeepers from northern Kentucky there. So there's swarms by there'll be swarms by you. Yeah, I try them. Well, I do. I replace a lot of my queens with summer solstice queens, and I'll have my 12 frames. Any hive that needs a queen, I'll come from my 12 frames, and then I'll requeen all those. And what I do is that when I pull the honey on July 4th, um, or the end of July, I mean, yeah, the end of June, July 4th, I shake all those bees into into those boxes, and I give them virgin queens. That way, you don't have so many bees. Get rid of all those extra bees. Yeah, hey, Victoria, if I catch enough swarms, I you can always I'll give you one. I usually have extra swarms by in the next 2 or 3 more weeks. So I do have some more hives since I expanded a little bit and moved my hives around this year. I'm using more swarms up. I've given one away already, just because I'm helping another beekeeper out. No, I replace them with VHS or good genetics. Victoria, good question. No, I don't want to lose that, and I don't want to have any that they just make. I'll graft again from one of my best hives. It might not be. It might be my new swarm that I caught with that jet black queen. That's probably a Russian hive. What Russian queen? And they're typically known to be good against mites. Um, Last year I caught 16 swarms. I think it was. So I'm at three so far. I'll probably get up to about 12. Well, I got 12 swarm traps out. Eight of them are in spots where I caught swarms in the past year, and four of them are in a new spot. So, hey, James. So I should probably catch at least eight swarms. I mean, I've never, the last 2 years, well, one's a new spot last year that I caught a swarm, or 2 years ago, and I didn't put a trap last year. That's the one that probably has a swarm in it now. And all the other ones will get a swarm here in the next 2 weeks. So that'll be eight more swarms. So that'll get me up to 12 or 13 swarms. And if that's the case, I'll probably have an extra swarm to give away. So Victoria, if if I catch these swarms like I think I will, I'll have I'll have some extra ones. You can have one. You just got to do your 30-minute drive to me. And I can put them in a box, a swarm into a nuke box, and then you can drop it, bring it back sometime, whenever or whenever you get back into my area. If you don't catch one, so I'll put you down my list of my any extra ones after I get done with. I only need three three more. I could probably use five more swarms, just help with population. I don't really need it, Victoria. You keep that nuke box. You use it for some. You're use it. They don't go to waste. That's for sure. I'll have some queens, some VHS queens coming. So when you catch a swarm, let me know. You got my contact information. Yeah, that's what happened to me. I was about ready to go out to lunch. I was done putting virgin queens, in three of my splits that had hatched out, two overnight and one this morning while I was preparing them. And a swarm flew in. So I didn't see this queen. I scooped a few up with my hands, and one of my hands I dumped them in. So I have no clue. Well, it's probably a caramel color type queen. That's typically what Paul runs. Caramel, carney probably. Maybe a little bit of black in it. Um, that's all I have so far. So if you're in the Ohio Valley, up to the middle part of Indiana, Indianapolis, all the way over to Columbus, it's swarm season. Of course, anything south, it's already been swarm season. Yeah, I know my Demaree hives won't swarm, and I just now split my big hive that might have swarms, and I wasn't going to move the queen. I was just going to take half her brood, and I ended up moving the queen. I missed her, so I made a split with the queen. So I just left it there in the split, and put the queen in with the original hive. So I took away that swarm impulse. I do have I do have one hive over in the other property where I got 12 hives. I only took one frame of brood from that hive so far. And I don't know. Since I moved hives, my numbering system's not in a row. I actually need to go over there and find out what hive that is, see what queen she, if it's a summer solstice queen, it won't swarm. But if it's an April queen from last year, it might have swarmed already or in the process of swarming. I need to check that hive. So I got one hive that might swarm. All my other ones got summer solstice queens in them, or I took the queen from them because they are April graft queens from last year. Clay, you're in your fifth year. Yeah, it does get crazy because you're starting to know what you're doing. I'm in my ninth year now, and every year's crazy now. With 33 hives, that'll do it. You can pull a frame of eggs and make a split, Victoria. Good question. Or you can get a virgin queen from me. A lot of times I won't kill the queen. I'll take the nuke box like you just have now from me and move the queen, that frame she's on, the frame of food, and put her in that nuke box. And then you can either let them make a queen because you left the frame of eggs in there with emergency cells, or you can go in there 6 days later, kill all those cells, and then they're haplessly queenless. And then you can put a virgin queen in there, not directly, but put her in a cage, put a little bit of candy in the plug, and let them spend 1 day getting her out. And that won't be any issue. But that's how you do that. And then you wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and if you got a queen, great. Then you can decide what you want to do with the original queen. Maybe make a third hive and keep her for emergency for overwinter, or you can pinch her and then combine those bees back together. So, you can call me or send me a text, and I can go through and let you know what to do when that time comes. Clay, you have 62 boxes of bees right now. I've sold 7 nukes or 9 nukes so far, and I got 8 more to go. 7 of them are picked up. I got 2 left, and that'll be it. Don't want to do any more nukes. Now it's collecting honey and getting mated queens in all my hives and all my backup queens. All my resource hives have mated queens. Give the nukes away. Yes, I keep track of my queens. Um, what month I grafted from and how many flows they've gone through, or what part of a flow have they've gone through. Yeah, I got a mixture, Clay. Well, I got probably more with virgin queens right now versus mated queens, just because I sold a lot of them because they were April queens, and I didn't want to mess with swarming. I have brand new queens here in another week. I don't buy mated queens, Russell. If I buy queens or virgin queens. Well, yeah, I did buy nukes the other last year. They were mated. I don't buy. That's the only time I ever bought nukes since my first couple of years. 50 hives. That's a little bit more than me, Clay. I want to have 30 production hives, honey hives, with summer solstice queens, and I don't have that yet. That I replace every year. And then have my 7 resource hives and have my 12 6/6 mating nukes that have summer solstice queens in them. So I'm still working out having all summer solstice queens versus April queens or May queens. So I'll be pinching or selling a lot of queens this fall because all these queens I did in April I want to replace with summer solstice queens this in a couple months. So I can do 30. I got 30 mating nukes. So I can do 30 nukes at a time. So that'll be my um so I'll get most of my production hives replaced with summer solstice queens. Yep. Hi DC. That's my goal. And hi DC. All right, here's a question. I just watched your video trapping swarms with your blue plastic containers, totes. Yep. What do you do with if you caught one? Well, I don't wait. As soon as I know I have a swarm in there, I'll close them up. I take them back to one of my apiaries that I need bees in a box, and take those and shake. I the better frames in there, I'll put it in the hive. And then the old frames that are the black ones, I shake the bees off into the hive. The queen's down there, they won't leave. And then I put the trap back out if it's early, like this time of year, or I'll put it away for the following year. But my brother's farm, the Armor's farm, in fact, right now that swarm that flew in my property is in that blue tote that I took from my brother's farm on Saturday. I'll be going back down the farm probably this coming Thursday, probably I don't know what day. Within the next week, maybe Monday after golf because my golf league started yesterday too. I play golf in the 9 holes in the morning, 8 to 11. So I might go down to Indiana on Monday. Oh, it's supposed to be cold. Yeah, that's a cool day. It'll be 65 down there, 2 to 3 degrees warmer. I really want to go fishing. Yeah, I used to fish a lot, Clay. And last year I didn't go fishing. I think I went fishing once at my brother's farm, and that was it. And there's a boat in my yard right now too. There's a boat in my yard for the last 5 years. My son's boat, but I could take it out. He would never know. He doesn't use it anymore. So that's what I do. You'll catch bees in that blue tote and put them in, like I said, put them in a shaded area. Put them by buildings. Don't put them in trees. Put them by buildings, barns, sheds, houses, silos. I have one by up by a silo. That's caught bees last year. The first time I put a trap there, so the trap's there again. I did see bees checking it out the other day when I checked it out, so I'll catch a swarm there probably. Oh, that's cool, Rick. I got a wax melt. I just melted my first batch. I gotta scrape it out and put some more in. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I didn't mark. I only marked a few of my virgin queens this time. I got I got lazy and didn't feel like marking them. They're just for me. So I marked the ones that going in for my customers, and that was it. The rest of them I didn't mark. And some of those I got to mark. I didn't mark all of them. So what time is it? Only quarter till 9. Wow. I've said a lot and not that late yet. Maybe I only go two. It's only yeah, yeah. I don't use that much wax, DC. I make those 1 ounce bars, and I just rub the bars on the frames instead of melting wax and rolling it on or paintbrushing on. Alaska spoiled me. Yeah, fishing. Oh man, that'd be awesome. Your privet looks like it's about 2 weeks out. Yeah, that's a big one for you guys down south. I do that with the brood frames. I put a ton on halibut. Yeah, halibut's good food. I like red snapper, halibut, swordfish, local channel catfish from around here, and perch. Perch is pretty good for lake fish. Yeah, big pikes, big northern pikes. Those are fun to catch. Silver salmon. There's another one right through the Columbia Gorge. I guess they run through there. Maybe I don't know. That's one place, DC. I want to visit one more time. Yellow perch, $23 a pound. Wow. And sturgeons, yeah. They're putting some sturgeons in some of the waters here in the greater Cincinnati area into some of the bigger rivers. So see how they do. I saw that in the news the other day. Now we're into fishing. I had a brother that used to live up in Green Bay. I used to go up there every year and do king salmon fishing, king salmons. That was always fun. His friend had a big boat. Okay. Well, we do now. I think they put some in the High River. I think they put some in the Great Miami River and the Lawfree Creek in Indiana. So they look like some of them were decent, couple feet long already, 2 or 3 feet. Steelhead, yeah. Steels and blues. Flathead catfish. All right, let's go back to the bees. Who started that fishing? Was that Clay? Yeah, Clay started that. Yeah, I need to get out fishing. My brother's got a 6 acre lake, great crappie and bass fishing. No problem, Clay. Maybe when I go down there the next week, I'll bring my fishing rod, put that trap back up. Hopefully, he calls me and says the other trap, blue trap. I got a blue one and a gray one that I got for free with a green lid. I don't know what brand that is. It doesn't have good dark frames in it though. Some reason I didn't put any good frames, good black comb frames in that one. In fact, the trap I got right now has got 4 frames in it. I need to shake a couple of them out. when it's time. I'm giving that one away. The one I just caught today to my friend. Have it mounted. Okay. When I was younger, I used to do my own deer heads when I mounted them. But that's a lot of work on your hands and arthritis. My hands wouldn't let me do that. Oh, one more. That's a good question. I don't think so. If you made splits, you don't have any. Not finding cells. You know, I had a queen. I bought this queen actually from somebody that's uh, YouTube's on Wednesdays, and that queen would not stay in a hive for nothing. I tried nukes. I tried different hives, and she would keep swarming out of it. She was a dud. She wouldn't even lay. She would just swarm, 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 swarm. I don't think she was made good, and just would keep on swarming. I finally pinched her and just got rid of her. So I don't know. There are. I mean, I had one queen that was that way. It wasn't one of my queens. That's another thing that I'm slowly trying. I'm trying to get swarming queens that swarm all the time out of my genetics, swarming genetics. There are some queens that all they do is just swarm. Yeah, and they're just bees without a queen. They usually stay in a. They usually go somewhere and stay there. Lock them down next time. Put them in a box and lock them down for 3 days. Make them reorient. That's what I would do. Put them in a box. The bees that swarm, lock them down for 3 nights and let them reorient. They might stay then, especially if you give them some food. Give them some sugar water and maybe a little patty, something like that. Ones that live in water. Yeah, now we're getting crazy. Oh, man, my body aches today. Just reading some of these comments. It's too hot to lock them down. Now put them in the shade. You can lock them down. I've locked them down in the middle of summer. Summer solstice queens, lock them, just keep them in the shade. 90 degrees, I lock them down. It doesn't hurt them. As long as it's packed, when they make them split, 3 frame splits and a 5 frame nuke, you can lock them down. Or if you got 5 or 6 frames in a 10 frame, you can lock them down. Just don't have them in the sun. Yeah, you can vent them, like you said. You put them in those nuke boxes, they got vents in them. So, yeah, ticks are bad, real bad, Rick. I don't know why. It's been dry now, so actually, it's really dry for my area for this time of year. So that might knock the tick downs a little bit. Well, I do got to do some wax boil one more time. I got to do that here in the next week, couple weeks, pretty soon. Probably next week. Probably next Tuesday or Wednesday. Wednesday would be a good day. Tuesday would be a little cool still in the morning. It's probably next Wednesday. I'm gonna wax dip the rest of my boxes. So 9 o'clock Eastern time. Yeah, we got a chance of rain tomorrow. I think more north of us again. I think it's just skirting. Maybe might hit us. And then Thursday it's supposed to rain, and late Saturday, Sunday we're supposed to have that cold front come through. So hopefully we get a little bit of rain. Last year we couldn't get a sunny day. This year we can't get a rainy day. My ground's dry, dusty, kind of crazy for springtime for Ohio Valley to have dusty. But I know Brian, or Greg up in Columbus, they're getting big time storms every few days, but not here down in Cincinnati. Well, that's good, DC. Yeah, my mother-in-law's not doing good. Dementia is really bad. We have to feed her. She can't feed herself. She doesn't eat much. And like I said, it's going in hospice in the near future. They haven't called us back yet. We've called them. My brother-in-law has. Hey, Ripple Effect. Good to see you. So, oh, thanks, DC. Yeah, my wife's the oldest in the family, so it's a lot for her. No, oh yeah, yeah, ripple effect. I understand, but sure, she's 86 years old. She didn't hardly even eat anything anymore. So yeah, she doesn't eat that many carbs anymore. She only likes sweets and little things like that. Yeah, Portland. Ooh. Yeah, I got you, DC. And not Maine either. Yeah, DC. I don't go to Cincinnati for this. Not it's not as bad as that, but bad enough. So I don't go downtown Cincinnati. I'll go into the west side of it. That's about it. Yeah, everybody hit the like button. So see how many I have. And refresh my YouTube. I got 18, 25 watching. Is Bob on tonight? I don't know if my phone got hit or not. I haven't looked at my phone. Yeah, Walker No Life chat. So Bob is on. And Sarah Happy Hives posted. Oh, stupid Gmail. I hate this stuff. Okay, this is some junk. Yeah, she doesn't hop on. I mean, too much. I'm going to be visiting her in the summer after all this crazy swarm season. She's only about a 45-minute drive west of me, right out US 50. So we have lunch or something. Um, yeah, I don't think she's been on in a long time. Oh, 9 o'clock, 9:02. So no more questions. Yeah, I know DC. I saw my he's on. So I've lost some more pounds. I've never mentioned this, but 5 years ago I was up to 220 pounds, and now I'm down to 188. My goal's 185. I got 3 more pounds to go, but it might take me 6 months to lose that. I do it all by changing a little of my habit, a little slow. And then I'm going to set a new goal to get down to 180, and that'll be final. So 7 or 8 more pounds. That's not good, Clay. I don't do it quickly because you do it quickly, you put it back on quickly. I like to lose about 3 pounds a year, 3 to 5 pounds a year, and that's it. Well, DC, that's really good. Yeah, that's same deal, DC. So cutting carbs a lot, sweets except for honey, sodas. That was another one. Cutting sodas out of my diet. That's probably the biggest one. Carbs and soda. And I don't drink beer. I mean, I still have a beer or two here and there. I mean, every few days, but not. I don't drink five of them. I drink one. Or I mostly drink the non-alcoholic beers now, when they're not even beers. Yeah, I know honey makes you lose weight because your body can process it. Simple sugars. Yeah, but then if you build muscle, muscle puts weight on. So, oh, my wife's taking a shower. She probably needs it. She had a rough day at school today. Kids were bad today. She had to give out three demerits. One kid really bad. So she came home. Hey, Mark, joining late. Yeah, you are, Mark, because I'm 9:04. So I've been going for an hour and a half. 9:30 will be the latest. And yeah, and all the hives and all the lifting I've been doing lately, I'm not losing muscle. Well, I have. Being 60, almost 65 doesn't help. Yeah, I haven't done my Medicare yet either. I keep pushing it off. I still got 5 more months because you get 3 months free and 3 months after your birthday. So I'm not quite 1 month into my time period. But I need to take care of this shoulder because I got a partially torn rotator cuff. I've had it for over a year and a half now, but I'll wait till I get my Medicare and then have surgery. I've had it MRI and all that. I can get cortisone shots, but I don't like doing shots. I just live with it. That's funny, Mark. Yeah, that's kind of funny. In my garden, in the summertime I got a sprinkling system, and it hits. I got it along my retaining wall, which is made out of alum block, which is concrete, and that concrete kind of holds the water, so it's a great watering source for the bees. And they're right there in the garden, but they don't seem to sting yet because they're so busy getting a drink of water, they don't even know that you're there. I didn't know that, DC. So then I have my worn out. I had a real 19, I think it's a 1972 freezer, chest freezer that went bad. That was all plastic. And I turned that into my a watering outdoor aquarium, basically. Water, it holds water. I got goldfish in it and one water lily in it, and the bees feed get water there just to keep them out of my neighbor's pool or my pool. They don't bother me. Yeah, there's a yellow jacket, not a honeybee. Yeah, DC. Actually, this is a little story. Right here, I got a scar. I had a tumor cut out when I was 3 months old. It's still there, the scar. I was supposed to be blind, but luckily it went through my skull versus into my eye socket. So, a little story. So, I had surgery when I was 3 months old. Don't remember it. Yeah, 30th birthday. Took me to 64 years old, 63. Wow. Yeah, mine's right at my eyelid, right through it almost. I get long hairs there too. Kind of weird. I know you've been retired a long time, DC. I've been actually tomorrow will be 1 year retired. I retired on April 15th last year. And what am I doing tomorrow? My son, two of my or three of my sons are coming over and moving furniture. Yeah, so it'll be a year tomorrow. Yeah, it was kind of funny when I drove within walking distance, 2 minute walk where the swarm was. In fact, I got when I was working there, I got a swarm at lunchtime one time, just across the street. So it could have been from the same beekeeper. I didn't know he didn't have Russian queens right now. This might have been one of the beekeeper's prize queen because she's dark. He's really dark. Yeah, kid, you hop on all the time now. You're a big time YouTuber, streamer. Nah, you don't have to. I'm almost finished for today. I'm fidgety today for some reason. Well, I work help with my diet being fidgety. I'm usually not fidgety. Don't know what's up with that. Yeah, DC, you never know, do you? Just like my 7-1103, I had zero chance of living, but here I am. You'll never hear a negative thing from me or any slant thing or anything. Well, Mark, yeah, that's beekeeping. Yeah, and I did splits, but I planned them. I actually did a few less. Actually, I did the splits. I have three hives right now. I did splits. I have no queens for them, but I will. I will in a week. They'll be fine. They won't go laying worker in a week. They'll have cells at least, and I'll give them a cell. Yes, he. That's so true, Mark. Yeah. Well, I think some of you guys heard my story. Hospitals didn't they didn't take me to the right hospital. They took me to the closest one because they knew I couldn't go any farther. Then they had two lasers, which they were the only hospital in the greater Cincinnati. None of the Cincinnati hospitals are Dayton, Columbus, Louisville, or Lexington had two lasers, but that one did. That hospital had 4 units of near null O negative blood that had to either come from me or my family, and no other, except for one other hospital in Lexington, had 6 units of blood. So that hospital didn't have 4 units of blood. I wouldn't be here right now. I took all four of those and I took those all six, and I still ended up only with 9 units of blood in me. And they only have about 12. So you lose more than six, and you're not, they basically told me you're dead. And I lost nine. I had nine, but somehow I only died for a little bit and came back. He sent me back. So yeah, now I'm a beekeeper. So I guess that was part of my I was supposed to do that. Part of God's plan when he sent me back to be beekeeper and talk to everybody. My two classes went really well. My second class was a lot smaller for some reason. Usually that's the bigger of the two classes, and got some good compliments. Victoria, that was on here before, she was on in that class. She's a new beekeeper. I'm mentoring her. If she, I don't know if she's still on. She lives down in Kentucky, about a 30-minute drive from me. She bought a nuke and gave her some of my old frames and my old equipment, a couple old boxes that but I fixed them up. They're good enough to use. So she's got one of my VHS queens that I grafted from last year. Oh, she's still here. I didn't know you're still here. That's cool. Running out of things to go. Well, I'm going to end it at 9:30. 15 more minutes. So, okay. You got to clip their wings, flying everywhere. I don't know much about chickens except for clipping their wings if you don't want them to fly. So, yeah, my wife will let me have chickens. So she goes, bees is all I get. Yeah, I bet they are. 1 week old. All right. So you got new bees and new chicks. Chickens would drive you crazy. Well, thank you, Victoria. Well, there's a history behind that. 7 hens and one rooster. Okay. Here in Ohio, if you don't have 5 acres, you only can have hens. If you got 5 acres, you can have a rooster. I did know that. So I need to get 2.05045 acres. I'm hoping my other neighbor, the one I don't like, moves. One across the street, buy her property. And then she's got 5 acres and change the property lines, give myself 3 acres. Yeah. I want to move to Indiana. I'm only, well, I'm only six and a half miles from Indiana. I'm only 3 miles from Kentucky. I think it takes me 25 minutes to get to Kentucky, 20 minutes if I go to 75 or 275 around, but I'm only 3 miles from the water. Yeah, I don't see you buying it, Victoria. She's told me no. I don't know if I want chickens either. Bees are enough right now. I'd have to cut back on how many hives I have. My brother my brother and sister-in-law has chickens that live in Harrison, Ohio. You probably know where that is. And we barter. I give them one bottle of honey and they give me two or three packages of eggs. So I get plenty of fresh chicken eggs every year. Yeah, you get less stings, I bet. So, and my other brother does that's down in Kentucky, down in he's in Florence, Kentucky. He does tropical fish. He does really rare tropical fish and sells them. So, little entrepreneurs, some of us in our family. Yeah, that's cool. That's what I learned about one of Ohio rules. Koi fish. You know, Collector Rick, I had koi fish one time in my garden pond that I talked about earlier. And that's why I had only koi fish in it. I had butterfly koi in it. And I had a mink show up and he ate all my koi. And I'd drop it and get rid of it. And then another mink would come up and it would eat every one of my fish in my pond. And I tried netting it and it was I was just it was a losing battle. And it would chew through the plastic um, netting. So then I had to go with metal or aluminum or metal netting and chain, and it wasn't worth it. I got rid of it because of the mink. So well, I probably still have it when for the mink's coming. I got these three forests that, well, I got the Great Miami Forest, which is about 7 miles away, north and west of me. Then I have the Mitchell Memorial Forest, and then I have the Shawnee Lookout Forest, and both of them are in my basically my backyard. The Mitchell Memorial Forest is only about a mile from my house, 3/4 of a mile, not even that, half mile from my house. And then the Shawnee Lookout is probably about 2 miles from my house. So too much, too much wildlife comes up through the small creeks. Um, I don't know anybody local Victoria that have koi. Yeah, Rick, there's those binks are can wipe you out in a couple days. Eat every one of them. Yeah, I got tired of it. I had a waterfall come down off my hill behind my on the other side of my barn. A 20, it was almost 25 feet long waterfall, and I couldn't. It kept sneaking away through underneath the waterfall into the pond. I had a pump that would, the filter pump. I'd pump it back up to the creek and let it run back down through. Yeah, yeah. It ain't all my big goldfish. I'd always have little ones. Yeah, yeah. They had koi and some bad big goldfish in my 17-foot diameter. It was in a circle, basically. I only could go 4.5 feet deep because then I ran into shell rock. So I didn't feel like digging up big rock. Hey, redfish, man, I'm getting off here in about 6 more minutes. 'Cause now we're talking about fish a little bit. Well, we did talk about fishing before, and now we're getting into pond fish, koi fish. So, so everybody watch out for swarm season, especially if you're getting up north of me, in the northern, into Michigan and Connecticut, Vermont, and all those people, everybody up there, it's knocking at your door. So make sure your hives check for swarm cells, make splits or whatever, do vertical splits. Fish is your middle name. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Redfish, red snapper fish. There you go. Early swarms. My swarms have been about standard this year. My earliest I've ever got one was May 20, it was March 27th. And my first swarm just came on the 10th. When was Saturday? Saturday was the 10th, wasn't it? I lose track. Or the 11th. So my first swarm that I know, actually no, I got called before that and they flew away and I got called before that. So my first swarm was probably the around the 8th. And that's pretty typical. 4th to the 10th, the first swarm start. The one I had a week earlier was an outlier. So I expect they'll get if we get they like to swarm after a rain. I don't know if people ever realize that. Bees like to swarm the next sunny day after the rain. So that means Friday will be a busy day for me because it's supposed to rain Thursday, might even rain tomorrow. So Thursday and Friday might be busy swarm days because Thursday's rain's supposed to be just in the afternoon. So they're swarming in the morning if it rains tomorrow. Well, you got to closed queen cell. That means somebody's got swarms, Mark. So, yeah, swarm season for you. I haven't had any closed cells. I caught all mine early enough where I did splits, and a couple of them that I did splits had small open cells that were actually active, lit live cells, but I crushed them all because I was giving them my I didn't want their queens. I want my VHS grafted queens in there. So, man, I got 3 or 4 drone frames that are back to back solid drones. That's one thing I wanted to Google. I don't know how many cells are on a drone frame, one of the yellow, green frames. I'm guessing there's 3,000 each side of a regular worker cell. I'm guessing it's 1,500, 1,200 cells. I have to Google that. All right, I'm 3,000 to 4,000. Yeah, okay. 1,500 on each side. So I got four of my bunch of my frames, hives, have solid 3,000 cells on the frames. So I'm going to have a lot of drones, which is good. I got 2 supers on all but the ones I um, sold the did took the nuke from them. I only got 1 super on them because they got to make a new queen, and I'm letting them make their own queens because I didn't graft a second time to get more queens to put in there. I should have, but decided to let them go emergency queens. So I didn't want to take off 2 boxes. But probably in about a week, I'll be putting a second box back on them. Yeah, that is, Mark, a lot of drones. I was shocked when I was going through my hives, pulling all those nukes, and I go, oh, let me pull out this green frame. Oh, it's loaded both sides. A lot of drones. I'd take a video of that. That's what I need to do next time I run into one. So they say two to 300. Well, if you give the queen an opportunity, she'll lay up a whole drone frame. Yeah, Russell, I don't do that anymore. I don't switch my boxes anymore. I'll move the queen down into the empty box, and that just buys me 3, 4 weeks when they won't swarm. She's got 9 frames to lay up, and that'll take her 9 frames would take her 4 days. Take her 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks to fill up. 3 week, at least 3+ weeks. And by then, some frames will be emptying out. And that buys you a lot of time. Plus, it gives you a bigger hive because she's going to lay 2,000 eggs a day when she has all those empty frames. Yeah, I'll take a picture of that redfish or a little quick video, a short, and post it up on the YouTube. See which one I just saw it in. I just saw it today. Yeah, what hive was that? Oh, I know what hive it was. It's one in my yeah. I can do that tomorrow. It's in my hive right. Oh, I always get this back. It's in the flat hive right there. The center hive. So that's the one in my yard that has a whole frame like that laid up. So, all right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. 2 hours is enough talking. I don't think I can talk 2 hours, but I can. So, everybody have a good week. Yeah, that's cool, Mark. I have some what they call a story that Brad does. Some of the frames are story set frames. Yeah, Mark and Russell, everybody have a great night. Everybody have a real good night. And if I have maybe I'll catch another. I'll get that swarm posted tomorrow out too. I'll put the three little videos together. Yeah, thanks, Redfish. Night, night.